I'm about to break 6 rules of content creation in the next 8 minutes. Hello everybody, my name is Rob Gardner, aka the Poker Pastor, and I stream 3 days a week on Twitch. On this channel, we strategize improving our lives on and off the poker felt. If you get any value from this video, please hit the like button below and drop us a comment. We love getting your feedback. And of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notifications when we post future content on the channel. Much as I don't want to, we've got to talk about America's Card Room and ACR Stormers. Because one of the goals for my channel is to be brutally honest with you guys and sugarcoat nothing so that you guys can be the best version of yourselves that you can be. I have to talk about some things that are changing in the industry and the impact it could have on you, both positive and negative. Now let me get the disclaimers out of the way. I am not sponsored by ACR Poker. I have been one of their more vocal opponents. I have a better chance of getting sponsored by the Los Angeles Lakers than I do ACR, so trust me when I say they have absolutely no influence on this video. You won't find any affiliate link or affiliate code in the description of this video. I'm not trying to monetize this in any way. I just want to get the truth out there and the facts as I see them. Now, if you love online poker and Twitch poker, I want you to give me the next 5 minutes of your attention because what I have to say is critically important. America's Card Room represents a dying breed in the online poker industry. Now, if we were to go back to 2006, pre-Black Friday, party poker was at the forefront of the poker market, and then the United States passed UIEGA. As such, party pulled out, poker stars took a portion of their market share and started rising to the top. But what really set them apart from the other competitors that were still in the US market, and what really allowed them to keep the stranglehold on the #1 position in online poker was their relationship with the customer base. You could write PokerStars support and get a response within minutes. They had a player liaison by the name of Lee Jones who was available on the forums and in social media, constantly probing the customer base for what they liked, what they didn't like, what could be improved on. PokerStars cared about the players. But in 2014, Amaya took over PokerStars and they went with a very different approach. They started scaling back their customer support. They got rid of their player liaison. They started to water down their player reward system. Supernova Elite, Supernova got completely dismantled. They started trimming their team pros, their online stream team. They basically started cutting all of the fat away because they decided that it wasn't worth it in the financial market. And slowly but surely, stars began to tank, and they didn't even care. What's scary about this is they're not the only site doing this. We have started to see this pattern with other sites both on the rest of the world and in the United States. Sites are realizing that a certain percentage of their players are going to play no matter what, and they don't need to have great customer support. They don't need to have the fastest payout times. They don't need to be in dialogue with the customer base. They don't need to have the lowest rake. They don't need to have the best player rewards. Now this is critical because if this trend continues, poker will get to the point where the games are no longer beatable. Rake will continue to increase, support will continue to decrease, formats will continue to get worse and worse, and eventually we'll get to a point where the games are no longer beatable and the entire thing will cave in on itself. Now, here is the critical truth in all this. We think that because poker is the best game in the world, that everyone else thinks that the poker is the best game in the world, and everybody loves poker, and poker should get the most attention. But the reality of the situation is that poker sites, both live and online, are run by casinos who are actually legitimate businesses. And at the end of the day, business's #1 priority is making money. Let me run some numbers by you right now. In 2019 in New Jersey, online casinos brought in $47.9 million in revenue. Online sportsbooks, $25.5 million in revenue. Online poker, $1.7 million in revenue. That is less than 2% of the revenue that these online entities are bringing in. We are less than 2% of the product. So for a lot of these companies, They don't see us as anything more than a gateway drug. Poker is merely here because we are able to bring people into poker, and then people in poker go play sports bets, they go play slots in the casino, and they make money. If any company in the United States or abroad was trying to make money solely off of poker, they would go out of business overnight. The money that poker generates does not even cover the operating costs. It is this brutal and honest truth that a lot of casinos are starting to react to, and that's why we're seeing the level of support and passion and desire for poker dwindle across multiple companies, both online and in live poker. This is where Phil Nagy and America's Card Room come in. I believe that America's Card Room and Party Poker are two of the last remaining giants still willing to have a dialogue with their customer base, still willing to have a public-facing CEO who's willing to interact with their customers, ask them questions, take feedback, and listen. Now, like all companies, they are run by humans and they will make mistakes. And I am not going to sit here and tell you that ACR is perfect, but I will tell you that ACR does care. They do have a passion for poker. Phil Nagy has a passion for poker, and they want to have a major and positive impact on the industry. Now, I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but if we lose the last two sites willing to be interactive with us and have a dialogue with us, the results could be catastrophic. Don't think for 1 second, if you're in the US, that all of these states starting to legalize state poker is going to solve the problem, because we've already seen what PokerStars' business model is. They're not going to come into these states and magically start throwing out all of the red carpet for us poker players. They're going to be in there to make income, and that is their only priority. We must support these sites, or at some point they will go away, and it will lead to higher rake, it will lead to slower cash outs, it will lead to no player rewards, it will lead to a substandard product, because the people that run it will only care about one thing: the bottom line. And as poker players, we just cannot generate enough revenue to make the bottom line count for any company that is not passionate about poker. So the bottom line is, Phil Nagy over at ACR and Rob Young over at Party Poker are some of the last people to give a damn about online poker. Supporting them at this point is supporting our future. I'm telling you from this day forward, and you can come back and challenge me on this if I make this mistake, you will not see me bad-mouthing ACR on social media moving forward. You will not see me saying bad things about them on stream moving forward, because all I will be doing is shooting myself in the foot and making this industry more difficult for all of us, and that's not a stance I'm willing to take ever again. Now, the truth of the matter is, I'm screwed for saying this. The ACR haters are going to rip me a new one because I am ignoring and neglecting all of the things that are driving them nuts, whether it's how player points are working on the site right now, or the fact that the site crashed the other day and people had to get refunds. I'm going to get blown up about it. But let me tell you and remind you that these problems happen on every single site. On the flip side, the ACR truthers aren't going to be very happy with me either, because 2 years ago and a year and a half ago, and even as recently as 8 months ago, when all of these problems were happening with the migration of the site, I was very, very vocal about what was going on. But the bottom line is, part of the reason I was vocal, and what's hard for me to admit and be honest about, is that I have the same passion for poker that Phil Nagy does. I have the same passion for poker the people at ACR do. And we were both fighting for the same thing. We both want to see the same thing at the end of the day, which is we want to see poker be successful in the industry. We may not always agree about what gets us there, but we're both passionate about it. And that's going to lead to some tension when things don't go the way that we want them to go. Now, if you're not familiar with ACR Stormers, they are the America's Card Room Twitch poker stream team. They have over 40 team streamers streaming ACR poker 7 days a week on Twitch. They host over 80 home games a month that you can participate in, some as low as $3 for a buy-in, and some even free to get in during the course of the month. The website, ACRstormers.com, is down in the description. You can click that to check it out. They've got a calendar there with a list of events, and you can find out more about joining their stream team. The reason I'm bringing them up is because ACR Stormers also represents a dying breed in poker, and that is poker sites supporting Twitch poker streamers. Again, we have seen stars pull out of this market. We have seen other sites pull out of this market. Party Poker and ACR are the last two sites really pouring in to the Twitch poker community. And if you guys love Twitch poker, if you like watching people stream final tables and you like watch people play poker, understand that these professional poker players and recreational poker players who stream Twitch are making a sacrifice to stream on Twitch. They're giving up a percentage of their attention. They're giving up a percentage of their focus away to be on stream, and that comes at a cost. And these sites that are coming in that are willing to sponsor players and be a part of that allow these players to do what they do and still make a living. If we don't support teams like ACR Stormers, you're going to see Twitch poker start to go away, and some of your favorite streamers will start to go away. And it's the same thing here. We need to be behind them and support them, because if we don't, these things that we love and maybe potentially take for granted will start to disappear. Now, if you're a Twitch streamer and you're an affiliate on Twitch and you have some talent in this area, you really should consider the ACR Stormers stream team. There's information about it on the website that you can check out. Again, there's a link in the description. I don't get anything for this by putting it out there. I'm just telling you about this because it's in your best interest as a streamer to consider this. Now, don't go over there and consider joining if you're just going over there to try and get a quick payday. That's not how it works. But if you want to be a part of a team, and I mean a good team, and I mean an enjoyable team, the camaraderie on that team is unlike any team I've ever seen before. I have several friends that are on the ACR stream team. They're having an absolute blast right now. If you can be a team player and you can be a part of a group and you want to be a part of a movement that is continuing to grow, seriously consider going over there and checking it out. They have a great incentive program that they've put together that's working really well. The team works well together. There's lots of opportunity through there. It can be great for you if you're willing to take a few steps and help partner with ACR and help promote ACR and help grow ACR, which if you're watching this video and you've gotten to this point, you probably agree is a really important thing. So something I want you to think about doing if you're a Twitch streamer. I can't stress this enough, and I'll wrap it up by saying this. Back in 2006 when UIEGA passed, me and many other poker players thought that we were in perfect shape because Poker Stars and Carbon Poker and several other sites had not pulled out of the market, and we thought that nothing could go wrong. We thought that the status quo was going to be there forever, and all it took was one Black Friday to change everything. I had friends that lost their only source of income. I had friends whose lives were ruined. I had friends that ended up working in fast food restaurants because of what happened on Black Friday. And the poker community as a whole did not have the foresight and awareness and intelligence to realize that our love for the game that we love so much, was at great risk, and it got swept right under the rug and pulled out from underneath us. And the same thing is at risk today. If we do not support these sites who are willing to work with us, the day is going to come when we're going to wake up and it's all going to be gone. Let the flaming begin. I'm probably going to go into hiding for like 24 hours because I'm sure the comments are going to blow up with all kinds of hatred. I'm sure Twitter's going to go crazy. I don't care. This is the bottom line. It's the truth. It is what it is. I'm not getting anything for telling you this, but I want you to know what's going on in this industry and where it might go. So that's it for me. Poker Pastor saying, as always, dream big and be bigger.
I'm going to rip this in. Ooh. Queen ball. Let's go. First win of 2020, baby. In the books. The bear is off our back. Finally, it is official, guys. What a great way to end our test streams. All right.